So before you start investing any money or time in your digital marketing, it's so important that you know what kind of results you're actually going to get from all your hard work. Just like you wouldn't start driving without knowing your destination, you shouldn't start doing any kind of marketing without knowing what kind of results you're going to get. So in this video, let me break down exactly what kind of results you can get from the different marketing channels that are available to you. And as I go through this list, just keep in mind that the results you can expect are all assuming that you already have a high converting funnel. If you don't already have a funnel that is specifically designed to take strangers into leads and then appointments and then into clients, then I highly recommend you watch the free masterclass training I've recorded at salesappointmentsmasterclass.com, because that will go through exactly step by step how you can do that. But assuming you already have the funnel and everything ready to go, this video will explain what kind of results you can expect to get when you start the monthly marketing activities to start promoting your funnel and to start generating new leads, appointments, and clients in your business. So the first channel on this list is YouTube, and YouTube is hands down one of the best, if not the best, marketing channel that you can use to grow your business right now. And there are so many reasons for this, but let me just go through a few of those reasons. Number one is that you get high intent leads. So if someone has a problem and they're looking for a solution to that problem, most likely they're going to go to YouTube and search for a solution to the problem that they have. And if your video can come at the top of Google and show them how to solve this problem, you are more likely to be able to convert this person into a client versus someone that isn't actively looking for a solution to a problem that they have right now. So what this basically means with YouTube, you get high intent leads that actually convert quicker compared to some of the other marketing channels that you could use. And the second reason why I like YouTube so much is because you can get results much quicker versus if you were doing SEO in order to rank your articles or your written content at the top of Google. So that's because on YouTube, it's much easier for you to rank higher compared to any sort of written content. And you might be wondering, well, why is that? Well, it's because your competition is most likely creating blogs and articles, but your competition is less likely to create videos because there's more work involved in creating a video. And because Google also owns YouTube, if you start creating videos for different questions that people are searching for, you can get that video ranked not just at the top of YouTube, but you can also get it ranked at the top of Google as well. So by doing one video, you can actually appear on two search engines, both YouTube search and Google search. And that on its own is incredibly powerful. And also with YouTube, if you're using YouTube to grow your business, you do not need to get a lot of views on your YouTube videos in order for you to get new clients from those videos. And I say this because the keywords that you're targeting on YouTube are going to be very, very specific. And that means there's going to be less competition and also less searches. So you're not going to get so many views. But the people that do search for these different keywords, they are more likely to actually convert into a client because they're actually searching for a problem that they have right now. So with a video that has even just a few hundred views, you can get new clients from YouTube. And I know this because I've done this for myself, not only for my own YouTube channel, but also for clients as well. So the big question is, what kind of results can you expect from doing YouTube? Well, if you create 52 videos on YouTube, so that would be one video each week. If you do that, you can expect to get about 100 leads every single month. And then from those 100 leads, you should get at least one or two of those leads convert into clients as a minimum. But remember, you have to create content, or you have to create videos first before you start seeing any results. You can't just create one video or two videos or three videos. It takes a lot of videos before you start seeing traction on your YouTube channel. And the good thing about doing YouTube is that you can just record these videos once, and then you can get results for the long term, for months and years into the future. And of course, if you want to get even more results than that, then you can keep doing more videos. The more videos that you do, the more leads that you generate, and then the more clients that you'll get off the back of that too. The next channel I recommend is Google SEO. Now, Google works almost exactly the same way as YouTube. The only difference is that instead of video content, it's going to be written content. So to avoid doing the same work twice, I just recommend that any YouTube videos that you do, you just convert those YouTube videos into a blog post or a written article for your website. Or if it's easier for you to create written content first, then create written content first and then convert that written content into a YouTube video. Either way, whatever content that you create, you can have one piece of content and create it in two formats, a written format and also a video format. And in terms of what kind of results you can get, similar to YouTube, if you create 52 articles or 52 blog posts answering questions that your potential clients are asking or searching for, then you can expect to get on average about 100 leads every single month. And similar to YouTube, you can also expect to get a few clients or at least a few clients from those 100 leads every month as well. And similar to YouTube, you just got to create the article once and that article can rank at the top of Google for years to come in the future. So it does take some work in the beginning to do this, but the results are definitely worth it because you get long-term leads and clients every single month in your business from just creating one article or one video that you do just as a one-off thing. So it's not like paid advertising where you have to run ads and you continually have to spend money to keep getting results from those ads. With Google and YouTube SEO, you just do the work once and then you can reap the rewards from that work for years into the future. Now, the third channel is LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is a really good channel because it allows you to get results in terms of leads and appointments much quicker compared to Google and YouTube. On Google and YouTube, you need to create content and it can take time for that content to rank at the top of Google and YouTube. But with LinkedIn, when you run a LinkedIn campaign, you can start generating leads straight away. So within the first few days, you can be generating leads. And that means you can start testing your funnel, testing your messages. You can split test different messages and see what works best. And you can test all of this straight away and get some data that you can use for any other marketing campaigns that you're doing in the future. Now, when you're running a LinkedIn campaign in the way that I teach my clients, and again, if you want to know how to do this, just go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com and that will go through how it all works. But once you're running a campaign in the way that I show you how to run a campaign, you can expect to get anywhere from 80 to 100 leads every single month from one LinkedIn profile. And from those 80 to 100 leads, you can expect to get at least 4 appointments within a 3-month period. So the leads that you get on LinkedIn do not convert as quickly as the leads that you get on, let's say, Google and YouTube, because remember, Google and YouTube are going to be high intent leads, people actively looking for a solution to a problem that they have. So that's why on LinkedIn, to really be successful with the LinkedIn, you really need to have a strong follow-up process. And by a strong follow-up process, I basically mean you need to have an email marketing automation campaign that goes out to the leads that you generate on LinkedIn so that those leads can then start converting over time. Now, from all the channels that I've gone through so far, which are YouTube, Google, and LinkedIn, none of those channels require you to invest any money in paid advertising. So all of those channels are very low cost or even free in some cases for you to start generating leads and start generating some clients. And then it's at this point, once you're winning clients for free or for a very low cost, this is when I recommend you next start thinking about scaling up and generating even more leads and clients through paid advertising. Now, remember, paid advertising is actually optional. You don't have to do this. And you really need to make a decision for you and your business to decide, do you want to scale up and get a lot of leads and a lot of appointments and a lot of clients? And by doing that, yes, you will make more money because you'll be winning more clients, but it also comes with more expenses. You need to most likely hire more people. And also you're going to have less profit for each client that you win because number one, you have to hire people. And number two, you're spending money on paid advertising. So the advertising will start taking away some of your profits. But if you're okay with that, then it is a way that you can scale up and start getting a lot more results much quicker than the other channels that I've just mentioned. So what kind of results can you expect from running paid advertising campaigns? Well, once you spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, usually Facebook or any other advertising channel that you're using will give you your average cost per lead. Once you know your average cost per lead, you can work out how much your cost per appointment is most likely going to be and how much your cost per acquisition, your cost for a new client is going to be. So on average, from what I've seen with clients, you can get anywhere from a $10 to a $20 cost per lead, but it could also be less than that in some industries and it could also be more than that in other industries. So really the only way to know for sure what your cost per lead is going to be is to actually test it and see what happens and see what kind of results you get after you spend anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000. And then once you know your cost per lead, you've just got to keep in the back of your mind that for every 100 leads, you're most likely going to get 4 good quality appointments and then 1 or 2 clients from those 4 appointments. And this is where you need to work out if this is going to be profitable for you and how profitable is it going to be for you. So let's just say, for example, your cost per lead is I said it would be $10 to $20 on average, but let's just go on the high end. Then let's say your cost per lead is $20. That means to get 100 leads, you need to pay $2,000. And then from those $2,000 that you spent on, let's just say Facebook ads, most likely you're going to get 1 to 2 clients. Now let's be conservative again and say you only get 1 client. That means you're paying $2,000 to acquire a new client. So you need to think, is it worth $2,000 for you in your business to acquire a new client? And often this just depends on what it is that you do and how much it costs. So if you're selling a service that costs $5,000 and you're paying $2,000 to get a new client, that means you'll be making $3,000 profit. But if you're selling a service that only costs $2,000 and you're paying $2,000 to acquire a new client, then obviously it's not going to be very profitable for you. So you need to do the math and work out with you and your business, what is your cost per lead? And then once you know your cost per lead is, how much do you need to pay to get 100 leads? And then from those 100 leads, most likely you're going to get 1 or 2 clients. And to be conservative, just say that you win 1 client. And then that 1 client, you need to work out, is it going to be worth the cost that you paid to acquire that client? So now that you know what kind of results you can expect from the free and low cost marketing channels and the paid advertising channels, the next big question is, what do you do in order to actually get these results? So this is exactly what I show clients how to do. And if you go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com, I have a step-by-step training that gives you an overview of how the strategy works. And I also go through how these different marketing channels work in terms of what you need to do in order to get results and what you need to avoid to get results. So when I mentioned LinkedIn, Google, and YouTube, for example, there are lots of ways that you could use those channels to try and generate leads and to try and get appointments and clients. But the way that I do it is very, very specific and also quite unique. I haven't seen anyone else doing exactly what I do when it comes to generating leads through these channels. So if you go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com, I will show you what it is that I do. And then at the end of that video, if you want my help in order to help you do this, then I'll show you exactly how that works and how much all of that costs and what you can do in order to move forward with that. So once again, go to salesappointmentsmasterclass.com if you want to learn more about how that works in more detail. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.